Hello, and welcome to Wired Up. I'm Rex.
And I'm Laura, and we're presenting you this sample to give you just a taste of what Wired Up is all about.
Each episode includes interviews, new style segments, how-to sections, local people, community events, and culture. Think of Wired Up as having 4 different strands: youth, sports, lifestyles, and art.
So let's get started. Have you ever wondered what it'd be like living without clean water? Well, there are places where clean water is scarce. That's where H2O for Life steps into play.
H2O for Life, School to School, provides partnerships for schools in the United States of America with schools in developing countries to build water, sanitation, and hygiene education projects as part of the WASH initiative. In doing so, H2O for Life is preventing the long journey these children have to make every day.
To watch people walk great distances and to see people filling that up and drinking that or bringing that back to their family or their little babies. To know that even if your child is sick, you could not give them a clean drink of water is something that I could never imagine.
They would just go down and they'd scoop it out of the same place where the cows were drinking from. I don't think I could do that.
I've had the opportunity to travel in Africa on several different occasions and to see what people need and to see how much they appreciate what we can do in the United States. I feel we really need to help make a difference in their lives.
H2O for Life began as a single project at Highview Middle School located in Minnesota.
We sell t-shirts, we sell lanyards, we sell water.
My favorite activity was the family fun night.
My favorite activity was probably dodgeball.
Probably dodgeball.
And to watch these kids do this for people they'll never meet is the most rewarding thing about it.
So when I see the students and these children doing things like that to try to make a difference and understand what's happening, it's inspiring and it humbles me.
Such a positive thing for them. And that's probably why they feel so good about it too. They're always discounted. They're people who can make a difference. That's why I love this project.
A martial art sport whose name translates as gentle way? It's called judo, and it's one sport that's really catching on with one local family.
Judo is a Japanese martial art that was invented 125 years ago. We started at the Shoreview Community Center when the girls were 6 years old, and they immediately loved it.
It makes me feel happy and want to do it every week.
They learned how to count in Japanese, and a lot of the commands or different throws that they do, they're all done in Japanese.
One of our daughters was a little bit timid trying anything new, but now with this, that's a fair amount gone by the wayside.
Well, you do learn things like throws, hold downs.
The tournaments are all in Japanese. They don't even speak to you in English.
Osotogari.
If you entered a tournament and took your 9-year-old kid, went to Brazil, the tournaments would be essentially the same.
They teach respect, they teach confidence in yourself and belief in yourself. They push more for the attitudes and the values of life more than the color of belt, because the color of belt represents what you stand for.
You maybe get promoted to a different belt maybe every other year.
White, yellow, orange, green, blue, purple.
One of the things we heard at a tournament in Fond du Lac, there was a girl that actually beat our daughters at a tournament over there. And we asked her mother, why did you pick judo for your daughter? And she said, well, she has 5 older brothers, they all do judo, and she's the youngest, and she liked to do it for that reason. But it was the one sport where she could bring her whole family and actually still feel like a family.
We think you should join judo.
Kay Andrews may be blind, but she is still a visionary. She created a non-profit human service agency that provides assistance to over 3,000 clients in the northern suburbs. Let's take a look.
With 70 staff members and over 3,500 youth and families helped each year, it all started with one ambitious founder.
It just kept growing. I mean, we kept developing new programs and new initiatives, and in the process, it just kept growing.
The Northwest Youth and Family Services Center began 33 years ago at the helm of Kay Andrews.
In the beginning, in 1976, when she started, she was not afraid to go out on a limb and start new things.
Say, well, let's try this and see if it happens and see if it works.
It isn't really a specific thing as much as it was. She just really believed that youth have potential.
To have all of those kids, you have to have a place for them to express themselves and to have that room to move and go out on a limb financially to say, this is what kids really need and we're going to find a way to fund this. We are going to make this work.
What's most extraordinary about Kay's story is that she's been legally blind since the age of 10.
It'd be very easy for her to say, well, because of my visual impairment, I can just give up, but she didn't. That was the piece about Kay that we both believe in, is that you have to be able to laugh at yourself. You can't take yourself too serious. Last summer, we were meeting here in this office. In the middle of our meeting, the power went out. And so all the lights went off. And so Kay just kept on going ahead and talking, and I'm sitting in my chair going, well, I guess this is all right. And finally, after about 20 seconds, I said, you know, the power went off, and we're sitting in the dark. And she kind of joked and said, yeah, welcome to my world.
After 33 years, Kay announced her retirement, leaving a legacy that won't be forgotten.
It's a huge change for us to not have Kay at the helm.
I'm really a visionary, so I do think in terms of big picture.
Passion really, I think, is why we're successful. She has wisdom. She knows how to use the knowledge that she has.
Kay's not defined by her limitations, but she's defined by her dreams and by her hopes.
You know, they were wonderful years. I could not have asked for a better place to be, a better place to work, and all the great things that we've done and the many lives. I mean, we have saved many kids' lives. I think only fondly of Northwest.
What is the creative energy that drives some people and not others? Consider Liz Leiden. She is just out of high school, but already has an amazing collection of paintings. We wanted to find out more.
I kind of started drawing like when I was, old enough to hold a pencil, so it's been a while. There's definitely been days where I've skipped lunch to go down to the art room and paint. I think my favorite part about painting is that I can make things look on canvas how I see them in real life. And a lot of times people will look at a face that I paint and be like, but faces aren't green, and I'll be like, yes they are. I like being able to show people in a more blatant way, what's really around them, I guess.
That's it for this sample of Wired Up. Remember, you can also check us out online at ctv15.org.
For information regarding sponsorship for CTV's Wired Up, refer to your sponsorship package or call 651-792-7515.
Thanks for watching.